first one is the in-house guest. The guest meal is first arranged in alphabetical order and then checked against the information rack to identify the present guest. Wherever applicable, the room number is entered with the help of pencil on the letters, and the guest meals are delivered in the guest rooms by the bellboy. If a guest is not in his room, in that case, the meal is placed in the appropriate room pigeonhole in the meal and message rack and is handed over to him when he comes to the bell desk or information counter to deposit or collect his keys. The next one is the checkout guest. After having stayed for some period, the guest is expecting meals or parcels to arrive at the hotel past his departure. The hotel, in order to avoid any embarrassment as to what to do with such meal and how to hand it over to the guest quickly, must ask the departing guest to leave their contact details or forwarding address and for how long they would want their mail to be redirected to that address at the time of leaving. In other situations, when there is no forwarding address mentioned, the contact details on the registration card are used to forward guest mails. And the last one is the expected arrival guest. Before receiving meals of these guests, it must be verified thoroughly that they have a guaranteed reservation with the hotel. General mail for guests yet to arrive is marked with the date of arrival and kept in the back office in the alphabetically marked pigeonholes of hold mail rack. An indication is made in the reservation record about this awaited mail. The procedure on taking a message over the phone is first receive the call. Then check if the guest whom the caller intends to speak is in the room. This can be checked by looking for the room keys. Nowadays, as the guest does not leave the keys at the reception, the call is connected directly to the room. Make sure to ask the guest if he wants to receive the call. Then next, if there is no response from the room, it means the guest is not in the room. Then proceed and take the message for the guest. Next one is the message is taken on a message format. Then the following details are noted on the message form: the name of the person calling, the company and the mobile number, the main message to be conveyed, the name of the guest for whom the message is, room number, date and time of the message received. Finally, the staff who receives the message signs it. Next one is the message is written in triplicate. Then one message is sent to the guest room. The second is retained at the reception desk. The third copy is lies in the booklet. And the last one, upon seeing the guest returning, the message copy can be handed over to the guest. If the guest is missed, the bell staff can slip the message in his room. The front office may receive complaints about other departments' services, regardless of whether those operations are managed by the front office or not. The hotel and its revenues outlets should maintain close communication and develop procedures designed to satisfactorily resolve guest complaints. Otherwise, Guests may continue to be upset and the front office will continue to hear about the problem. It is usually counterproductive to ignore a guest complaint. The front office should have a contingency plan in place and be empowered to deal with situations. Some tips to handle guest complaints at hotel effectively to ensure guest satisfaction is first, allow the guest to speak. It is important that staff give a patient ear to the guest while he is complaining and do not make an effort to interrupt. Second is to listen. Whenever a hotel employee is set out to handle a guest complaint, the first thing that he must do is to listen. The third one is to understand. Next is to empathize. Complaint has to be handled positively and with empathy for the guest, uh, aspiring for 100% satisfaction as the outcome. The next one is to apologize. Apologize to the guest for the inconvenience caused. The next one is to isolate. Take the guest out of the front area and try to isolate him from other guests if possible so that other guests won't overhear. Then next is take notes. Writing down the key facts and pertinent details down on the guest request tracking sheets saves time if someone else also gets involved. Next is take action. Uh, Going from apology to taking action should be seamless. The very next sentence out of your mouth should be, what are you going to do about the guest complaints? Next is the corrective actions. Set an approximate time for completion of corrective actions. Then the last one is to follow up. Even if the complaint was resolved by someone else, contact the guest to ensure that the problem was resolved satisfactorily. During the pre-arrival stage of the guest cycle, a guest accounting system captures data related to the form of guarantee for a reservation and tracks prepayment and advance deposits. When the guest arrives at the hotel, a guest accounting system documents the application of room rate and tax at the registration. During occupancy, a guest accounting system is responsible for tracking guest charge purchase. During guest checkout, a guest accounting system is responsible or ensures payment for goods and services provided. After guest checkout, if a guest bill is not fully paid at checkout, the balance is transferred from guest to non-guest records. When this occurs, collections becomes the responsibility of the back office accounting system. A hotel may allow transactions involving non-guests in order to promote the hotel to local businesses, to track the unsettled bills of former guests, or to track transactions related to conference business at the hotel.